Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're taking a look at the new Fumina kit, the Build Fighters character that just won't go away. But I gotta say, this version does look like probably the best kit that we've got of Fumina over the years. I don't know now, the Figure-rise Labo is still probably the best, but if you want like an actual articulated version or something. Anyway, this looks like a pretty good version of Fumina. So I wanted to check it out, give Fumina one last chance, and then probably that I'm off Fumina kits forever. But this one is once again in the Figure-rise Standard line, which as we saw with the Build Divers Nami, which was also in the Figure-rise Standard line, it was a much better kit than some of their other like girl kits that they've put out in the past few years, including other different versions of Fumina. So I have a feeling this is probably going to be a pretty decent kit, and certainly a lot cheaper than a lot of your like Kotobukiya kits, Frame Arms Girls, and Megami Device kits. So this one's going to be around, I think it was 2,000 yen or 2,400 yen for this one, so around 20-25 bucks for this kit. So not too bad, and it's got some different option parts in there and stuff too. And Bandai finally got around to learning that optional faces is something that people like to have in these type of kits, so that's cool too. It's got actually water slides for the eyes as well too, so some pretty big milestones for Bandai, about a decade late compared to Kotobukiya, but alright, they're finally catching up. Alright, let's go ahead and just check it out. So in the front box out there, basically you're seeing the two different ways you can build it, either with the jacket, or I guess there's a cardigan, isn't it? With that on or off. That's how you can build this. This is number 68 in the Build Fighters. I guess it's in the Build Fighters Tri HG line, I guess is what they're counting this as, even though it's in the Figure-rise Standard line. Over here on the side of the box, you can see that even though this is coming with multiple faces, the faces still don't really look that great, unfortunately. The molding on them, just again, it's just not as good as Kotobukiya's. There's with the jacket off, and then a couple of different face parts there. So you got smiling, kind of a little bit worried face, and then a face. And then here's your waterside decals. You have different eyes and eyebrows, and that's it. Basically a couple of mouth bits, it looks like. And you also have a little petite guy there included with this as well for reasons. And then over here you've got just a couple of different SD kits that are related to Fumina. Little advertisement for those. On the other side of the box, you got to look at front and back what the kit is going to look like when it's all painted. A little bit of information there about Fumina herself. Let's go ahead and get it open. Inside here, we're going to have 4 bags of runners and our instruction manual here. And on the top of the manual, a less cropped version of that box art there, and then the other artwork there, some more information down there, and once again in Japanese and English. On the back side of the manual, basically everything we saw on the outside of the box here. Once again, just some detail shots, some sample shots, posing shots and stuff. You got a little logo there on the front of her shirt, and a little posing with the petite guy. You got the color guide down here at the bottom, that's also in Japanese and in English. And inside here is just going over the construction. So the inside is going to be all black and white, and then we have some color pages as well too. It looks like we're also going to have an included stand as well too, kind of interesting. And our parts list is there as well too, and it looks like we're gonna have a lot of leftover parts here. So this is pretty interesting. This is from the what was that kit? I skipped that kit. It was Ayami or something, that kind of ninja girl from the Build Divers series. It looks like you got that runner from her kit, but you're only using just the one piece for the little base connection, and you have all of those leftover pieces on there. And then also from these A runners, you have tons of leftover pieces as well too. So we'll have a lot of leftover pieces. We'll have to see if we can do anything interesting with those. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see if we can like change her hair, because it looks like you got all the hair parts from the other kit. So if we can change her hair or something like that, that'd be pretty cool. All right, let's go ahead and have a look at the runners then and see what we can find out. All right, so here's the foil sticker sheet you've got in case you're not comfortable with the eye waterslide decals. You got all the eyes on there, eyebrows. Those are for rosy cheeks, I would imagine. Mouth, little bits there, the little blue sticker there for the little logo on her front of her top. And then some other little details you'll need. These are for the petite guy down there, as well as some red, some blue and white little markings there. Then here's the waterslide decals. Always nice to see some actual waterslide decals from Bandai. It's far too rare in appearance, but luckily we got plenty with this kit. So you've got options for no matter which version of the face you choose, and whether you want looking forward or looking left, looking right, and you've got 2 of each, so in case you mess up, you got plenty of extras. And our BA0 base here in clear yellow. The runners A1 and A2 are connected here in flesh tone. These are the Figure-rise joint runner, so basically for like the tops of the arms and the thighs and those parts of the body. And then our other A2 here is in yellow. It's going to be some more little joint parts, it looks like on here. And then here's runner B, which is from the Ayame kit. Now it's all in clear yellow, and like I said, you're not going to be using all these parts here, just only going to be using this one single part. So hopefully there's some cool stuff we can do with those leftover parts. Runner C1 also from the Ayame kit here. These are once again in flesh tone, but we're once again only going to be using a few of these parts included on this runner. Runner D is our first brand new runner specifically for this kit, and it's in 4 colors. So you got the brown hair color over here, white across the bottom, some yellow across the middle, and some black up there for the details and shoes. Runner E is another flesh tone runner here specifically for this kit, and there you can see our face options up there at the top. And then runner F are our pink parts for this kit as well there too. And then runner K is from the Puchigai kit, and so you'll have basically the parts for that, but then you'll have some other leftover Puchigai parts there as well too. So there it is, an interesting kit. Definitely is going to be a lot of leftover plastic, which is not always a great thing, but we'll see if there's anything that's usable. Water slide decals, which I'm glad Bandai's finally doing that, but you know, like where have they been the past few years? And some face options. Again, it's nice to finally have those. So good and bad points, I don't know, we'll see. Let me just get all built up and I'll let you know what I think. Alright, here she is all put together, and I gotta say she's not looking too bad. The color separation is nice, especially on the clothing parts. Putting those parts together, I was quite impressed by just how those parts fit together and form the different colors for clothing pretty nicely without relying on stickers. As far as, the stickers go, this kit is for the most part pretty unreliant on stickers, which is great. And so the general construction of this kit does feel nice, definitely nicer than the HD versions of the kit. Although still it just doesn't quite have the looks as good as Kotobukiya's kits, but I mean Bandai's trying, I guess, and it's certainly looking better than other versions we've seen so far. So I think it's not a bad effort. It's a pretty cool kit. If you like the character, then I think you should be pretty happy with this. But let's go ahead and take a closer look at everything here. So let's talk about the face options here real quick. The molding on them is kind of fine. The expression's not, that interesting on them. The stickers aren't really going to look that great. Those stickers on the actual eyes are kind of fine. The stickers for the eyebrows are going to be looking a little bit goofy. On this face, I even attempted to put the kind of blushing stickers on the cheek, and obviously they're just going to be looking ridiculous on there. Once again, the eyebrow stickers also not really helping you. And this one as well. The sticker there for the mouth, if you work it in there, it's kind of alright. So that one's kind of okay, but generally, yeah, you're probably just going to want to use the water slide decals for the eyes. And then for the eyebrows, I would recommend just painting those. They're raised details on there, so painting them shouldn't be that difficult. The hand options are also just kind of fine. I think they could look a little bit better, especially the closed fists are actually made up of two pieces, so you have a little bit of like a seam line there on the inside of the hand, which is a little bit unsightly. It's not really that noticeable, but again, the hands just kind of, the molding on them is just passable. They look like hands, I guess, but just this expression, like, I don't know, what's this expression? It's a bit odd. And then our petite Puchigai here is fine. You got a big seam line on that. I haven't even closed this up all the way. It looks like I got a little piece of nub stuck in there, that's why. There we go, but yeah, that's so simple. Just got a couple of stickers on the front of that and hollow spaces there in the back of the leg, but you got some hard points on here. You can plug this onto something. Not included with this though, you don't have any sort of attachments, so you just have to like hold this in the arm, I guess. As for the other stickers on the kit, you got that blue one there on the front of her swimsuit top. This horrible one, which wraps around her kind of bracelet there, that's just one black piece, and you have this big wraparound sticker that goes all the way around that, which looks pretty bad. And down here on her feet, those white parts on the shoes, those are also stickers on there. Those ones kind of go on okay, well enough, I suppose. And as for the articulation, the head will go up to there, down to there, not too bad. The hair can be rotated around. It's kind of on a ball joint, but you can't really move it out too much. It's basically just going to be able to rotate that. The seam on the hair is good. You basically just have this one there. You don't really have too much else in the way of seams on that. There's like this one little piece that sticks out and kind of a little seam line around that, but not really much there. It looks pretty natural, well enough anyway. In the body, you've just got one joint there between the top and bottom half of the torso, which can rotate side to side, I guess in theory, once we get the jacket off, maybe a little bit better, but forward and back basically is what you've got there. Shoulders also will not move forward and back at all. They're just connected via ball joint, but it's kind of far in there, so it's kind of a little bit limited, I think, by the sweater here as well. So the hoodie, I guess, actually is what they refer to it as in the manual. But you can raise the arm up all the way to there, which is pretty high. That's not too bad. You got some rotation there at the top of the arm, and it's a kind of very weak spot there. It keeps popping off on me. And double joint at the elbow will give you a pretty good elbow bend there. That's nice. The hand is on a ball joint. Obviously on the back of the sweater there, you can see there is the hard point for plugging this onto an action base. So if you wanted to not have that on there, you would not only have to shave down this detail, but you'd have a hole to fill in there as well too, which is a little bit annoying. So I wish they would have given you two parts for this, one with and one without that hard point there. The leg articulation is not too bad here. As you can see, you can get a full spread there up to the front. It kind of goes up really only about 90 degrees before you kind of have to start angling out to the side, which is a little bit unnatural. You got some rotation here at the leg, basically between the skin tone and the shorts part there. You got a double joint there in the knee for a nice full bend there. This seam line wrapping around the leg is not anything for articulation. You think, oh, maybe that's where it rotates there or something, but no, it's not. It's just where these two pieces fit together like that. There's nothing really too much more else to that. And I'll also note that it just makes the molding of the leg look kind of strange. You have these kind of just weird angles with that. It's kind of just like doesn't really line up right. It just looks weird. And then down here at the lower leg, your ankle will move side to side a little bit, forward a little bit, back a little bit. It's basically just on a ball joint, so you can move that around a little bit. Up underneath the feet, you do have some detail there, which is nice. And overall, that is going to be about it. For a size comparison, here she is compared with your standard HD 144 scale Gundam size kit, and then a Megami device kit there as well. So you can see it looks like her general size compared to like Kotobukiya kits is going to be kind of between Megami device and Frame Arms girl size. To take off the hoodie, basically just remove this part here, and it's made up of 3 parts. 2 parts here on the front, which you remove, and then just this back part just removes like that. You got the hard point here on her back, and again, some nice color separation here. There's no stickers for that. That's all actual pieces. So I guess there is one sticker, sorry. The little white bit there around the bottom is a sticker, but these flesh tone parts, there's no sticker there between the X of her the top. I keep wanting to say swimming suit top, but I don't think it's not a swimming suit, right? It's just a clothes, I don't know. And for the arms, you'll just replace those fully by just swapping them out with the full flesh tone arms there like that. Easy enough. And now just other things aside from the stand that you have, and you have all those leftover parts, but I just wanted to note a few of the noteworthy ones here, share with these with you guys. So they're in clear yellow, so you're probably going to want to paint them, but these are all the parts for making the Ayame hair. You just have to modify the face. Now the face part for this kit is different from how the face parts of that kit fit in there, so it won't fit in there cleanly. You'll have to do some modification, but it doesn't seem like it'd be that difficult to do that, to modify the face parts to fit in with this hair if you wanted to use that instead. You do also have her little kunai blade here as well, which could serve as a holding weapon accessory for this. Again, you might want to paint that or just keep it all clear yellow, I guess, if you wanted to. You also have some optional parts here for the pants in clear yellow. Now these also won't fit on there as is. You'll have to do some. You also have some leftover parts there from the body, the top and the bottom basically. Now the bottoms won't fit on there as is. The shape is slightly different there for the stomach parts, so you'll have to do a little bit of modification, cutting to make these fit if you wanted to use these instead, but there's not really much point. They're not really that different from what you've got there. As for the top part though, it should fit on there just fine. Obviously, again, the color is not right. But yeah, this one as well doesn't quite fit on there because of these parts there. The shape is a little bit different, but if you do a little bit of trimming on some of these parts, you could get that part to fit on the top of there if you wanted to. You're missing the part for like the cloth that goes around her neck, so you don't have that, but again, you could modify that, fill up these gaps and something like that if you wanted to use basically this top piece instead. Then you have all the parts to make her thigh section of the leg as well anyway, which is including the part for like the top of her boots. So even though these are in skin tone, if you painted them in like boot colors, you can make it look like she's wearing boots basically. If we can swap out these parts, let me just see if that will work or not. You have to swap that piece in there for the inside of there for a connection, but just assuming that that piece is on there, it looks like they should fit, and these parts do appear to be slightly larger than the pants part. So if you want to make it look like she's wearing just like a kind of, I guess, underwear, bikini bottom or something like that instead of like shorts, then you could do that with these parts and make it also look like she's wearing boots, I guess. That's assuming these parts fit in there, which they do. So again, it looks a bit weird as it is, but you can imagine just painting all this in like whatever your boots color is going to be, and you could have that as a little bit different part there on that if you want to customize this like so. Alright guys, so I don't know, with this kit, I think it's definitely a step in the right direction for Bandai. It's better than some other past attempts. I still think their Build Divers Nami kit is still probably the best kit among the similar ones that Bandai has made. So if you're looking to get one of these musume kits from Bandai, I would recommend that one. Of course, if you're a fan of Fumina, though, this one is not too bad. Actually, if you were a big fan of Fumina and you were looking for a kit, I still think the Figure-rise Labo is still the best looking one, although it's not really, I mean, it's kind of like a kit slash figure. It's like basically a statue figure that you just build yourself like a kit. So I don't know, depending on what you want to do with it. That one's also more expensive, but I still think the Labo is the best looking version of Fumina that you can actually build yourself. But of course, if you wanted a more articulated one that you can pose and stuff, then this one is not too bad either. So it's an alright attempt by Bandai. I still think they have a lot to learn. They still have a good room for improvement in their faces, definitely. And then not only that, just the hands as well too could use some improvement, just the design of the hands for the look of them, and as well just the variety of poses for them. Just having 2 sets of hands in this is very minimal. It would have been nice for this to include some holding hands. And it doesn't come with any accessories to hold, but obviously there's different things that you could kit bash with or whatever, and so I just think the lack of hand options and the faces being kind of mediocre on this are just one area that could have been improved, and this would have been a lot better. As far as any issues with like the actual body itself, it's kind of mostly fine. Again, like I mentioned before, it just generally doesn't quite look as nice as just the construction of a lot of the kits from Kotobukiya, but overall the color separation is pretty good, so it's just kind of fine. So that's just kind of like I guess gonna be my final thoughts on this kit. Basically, it's an alright kit. There's definitely a lot of room for improvement, but it's definitely better than a lot of other kits that Bandai has put out, similar looking ones. So let me know what you guys think about the kit down below. What are your thoughts? And as always, guys, big thank you to USA Gundam Store for making it all possible. If you want to check out this kit or anything else from Gundam or Kotobukiya or anything like that, you can check out what we've got there at USA Gundam Store. The link, as always, will be down in the video description, as well as my coupon code there, so save 10% off everything you pick up there from the store. And thank you to you guys as well, too, for all your support, liking the video, commenting, subscribing. All that's greatly appreciated and helps a lot. So until next time, I hope you're all having a great day, and I'll see y'all later. Bye, guys.